Alrighty, so this is the latest purchase. About 2 weeks ago, or no, it's almost been 3 weeks ago, I stopped by and asked about this truck, and they lost my phone number and name, and so I didn't get a call back. I was afraid they didn't want to sell it, but I got a call back, I believe it was yesterday, and was able to buy this truck. So this is a, I'm assuming it's a 64, no, it's got to be 65, 66, because of the window, I believe. In 64, it was the curved back front windshield, and then in 65, I believe they changed it. So it's a boom truck or winch truck, crane truck, and the motor's not locked up, and it being a GMC, it has a 6-cylinder V6. Alrighty, so here's the motor. Somebody's left the air cleaner off, and I ran home and grabbed a vacuum so we can vacuum that out. We're gonna pull the carburetor all the way off and just take it apart and look through it. That's a weird carburetor I've never seen before. I believe it's 2-barrel, and so this being V6, it's just got 3 spark plugs on each side, and they come in from the top here, which I've never seen before, and so this is all uncharted territory for me. I don't know what I'm looking at. I was told the truck had been started a year ago, so it's not the first start in a long time, but hopefully we can get started in the first place and drive it around in this field, see if the brakes will work, and maybe drive it home. That's what I'm hoping. Alrighty, let's get that carb off and see what that takes to get that carburetor cleaned out. Alrighty, so here I've got the carburetor taken apart, and I'm actually sitting on the ground because my shadow will block everything, won't be able to see anything. But here's the inside of the float bowl, and if you can see that, you can't see it very well because of the shadow, but that looks nothing but silt in the bottom of the float bowl. So I'm really happy I took it apart. And right there is, I believe that's the accelerator pump, and I think they made them out of leather. And so I brought a little tub of grease. I'm going to lube that up and see if I can get that to take on a little bit of moisture or a little bit of grease, and maybe get it to expand a little bit so it actually pumps inside of this bore here. And you can see whenever I stick my finger in there, there's nothing but a solid layer of dirt in the bottom of that. I've never seen one so bad. So hopefully I'll be able to get every nook and cranny clean out of this, or it may not run right. Alrighty, let's get to it. Alright, so this is the first attempt. I just poured some gas in the carb, got a battery in it, put the carb back together. I wish I would have took video of it, but I forgot. It's also got the factory tack dash over there, which I think is pretty neat. So it turns over. I tried it before I poured gas in it. So let's hit it. And there's a fuel pump that comes on underneath the floor. I think that's after somebody rigged that up. So let's give this a shot. May not have spark. All right, let's go check it out, see if we have spark. All right, so I took the cap off the points and the rotor cap, and just touched up the points with some emery cloth. And I've already got it to fire once, but I figured I'd get it on camera and hopefully it'll fire off. I think my carburetor is still plugged up. I might have to take that home and clean it a little bit better. And so here we go. Let's see if it'll touch off again. Okay, that's the longest it's ran so far. Alrighty, and I think it even built up a little bit of air there. So that's awesome. Alrighty, let's see if we can get it to run longer. Alrighty, so I think I got it to idle. It'll probably die any second, but it's idling. It doesn't sound very good, and the valve train doesn't sound very good, but I'm sure that can all be fixed once I get home and learn more about the motor. But it's idling. That's awesome. And I've only been messing with this for probably 3 hours, so let's see if the air pressure is any higher. Oh yeah, we've got a little bit above 30 pounds there on the air gauge. Let's try this. Oh, the air horns don't work, but you can kind of hear that. They're probably dirty. Alrighty, there we go. Alrighty, so I've had it idling for a while. The temperature gauge seems to be working. The tach is working, and it's actually responding to the foot pedal now. It was dying out. As soon as I touched it, it would die, but now it seems to be working fine. The air is still building, and it died, and I got out to listen. I don't hear any major leaks anywhere. The oil pressure gauge is working, and right here is a low air light, and it comes on whenever the air is way too low, so that works. And I don't think turn signals don't work, or at least on the dash. And the fuel gauge works whenever you first turn the key on. It goes all the way to full. I can't believe that it runs so good with so little work. So I think I'll quit testing my luck, and it may die there. But anyway, here we there you go. It's building air pressure. Now I wish the air horns don't want to work. May have to get them working before we leave. Alright, she smokes a little bit, but that's alright. We got the clutch to work, hydraulic clutch. I can't believe I got that to work. Alright, let's put it in one, reverse 1. Yeah. Oh yeah, she's moving. Look at that. She moves. Oh yeah. And the brakes work too. That's awesome. Lower raise. I think that's it. It's moving. Look at that. That's awesome. Let's extend it. Oh, it don't like that. It really don't like that. Lower. Oh, that's all works right there. That's awesome. And it spins also. Look at that. It's spinning. Can't hardly see it. Let's go the other way. Can you hear that thing talking to you in there? It's a working. There you have it. It's out of the hole. I drove it out there, out of the hole. That's the hole it's sitting in. And it'll sit there and idle. I'm still worried about it overheating. I haven't put any coolant in it, and it's low, but and it looks like it may be starting to. So I'm gonna shut it off, and I'm gonna go ask the owner if I can drive around in the field to get it limbered up and see if I think the brakes are sticking. Either that, or there's a parking brake that I don't know about. So there you go. It's out. All right, so I've had the truck home for almost no, I think it's been exactly a week now. And so for the past week, I have done almost nothing to it other than work on that pin right there, which holds the cylinder that extends the ram. And so the two hoses that connect to that cylinder inside there are bad, of course, the hardest ones to get to. So I've got to remove that ram there and to get to the hoses to replace them. And so that pin, of course, is stuck, and I've only been able to get it to move about an inch, if that, maybe half an inch. I have a pin, another pin welded onto it, so we can keep beating on it whenever. Yep, that's it. Yep, we got the pin in, and we got her lubed up pretty good. Hopefully I can get it out a lot easier next time. Beat on that for 3 days, finally warmed it up with the torch, and we got it out. But there we go, got the new hoses installed up here, and not sure on how to bleed it yet, but we got the ends on the inside tight, and we just got these loose, so hopefully we can figure that out as we go. Okay, well, I think I just left you off with a timestamp that said May 22nd, 2020, And that's the last video I have of it until now. Today is July 9th, 2021. So a little more than a year later, I'm taking some more video. Since you last saw it, I've replaced very few but pretty important things. I spent 2 or 3 months looking for a water pump, and then I spent another month looking for push rods. I had a couple bent push rods in the motor, and then it took me another 3 or 4 months to put all that stuff in. And so now, as you see it now, everything works, other than the only thing that I can think of that doesn't work. This right here is supposed to idle up the machine whenever you're running the crane, and I haven't messed with it yet. I'm gonna have to order a bunch of parts to fix that. Started on camera. I'm getting ready to power wash the truck and clean it out. Inside here I got a little bit of everything. Okay, so this is what I've got rigged up. This is my coil. This is my fuel pump, which is there on the floor, and starts it. Flip that on, and it's in neutral. Starts right up. It idles much better than what it did before. It doesn't sound right to me, but as far as I can tell, I've got everything right. Okay, so it's awfully noisy. Sorry about the audio, but here you go. We're doing about 40 miles an hour. The light don't shut off there, and the mileage does work, so that's kind of neat. Basin's back there following me, and the power steering works pretty good as long as you keep fluid in it. But that's all there is to her. I haven't figured out the second transmission, and the motor's wore out enough that it just, maybe this is all the power it ever had, but it doesn't hardly want to go anywhere, that's for sure. I've had her up to 50. Again, but I don't know how to use that other one, so that's about as fast as she's gonna go there. Got good suspension, can't hardly feel it. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Well, this is about the best use that we've found for it so far. Well, there you go. I got a bunch of helpers out here. Thank you all.